Welcome back to Lad's Garage. As you can see, we got Bandit sitting in the shop, sitting on the ground. Not because we're ready to go racing. Matter of fact, it's just the opposite. Last video, aka last week, if you watched it, you know that this came from inside the transmission. And we also broke our leaf spring perch. So I don't know what caused what, but one thing led to another, and here we are with a broken race car. And for the first time in a long time, I just pulled the car in the shop, or pushed the car into the shop, and left it. Didn't wash it, didn't jack it up, put it on jack stands. I just left it alone. But today, we're going to start working on it. I haven't been underneath the car yet, so let's slide underneath and see how bad the transmission, drive shaft, and all that really is. Okay, first thing I see, shift linkage. Pretty damaged. Might be able to fix that. Next thing I see here is the yoke for the transmission. It is pretty well toasted. I don't really see any big damage on the drive shaft. A couple scratches, but this yoke is broke. So we'll have to swap that out. And that tail shaft for the transmission is cooked. Well done. Well done, I guess you could say. You feel lucky, punk? Do you? Go ahead. Make my day. I know what's wrong with it. Ain't got no gas in it. Or something like that. You want easy access to inspect your bearings inside your transmission? This is how you do it. Do I know what I'm doing? Probably not, but this is where the output shaft actually belongs. It should be connected right there. But it no longer was. It said adios, vamios, camillos, or whatever. Split the seam. I don't know if that's just one shaft or what, which I'm gonna assume it is. So we're probably gonna rob a gear cluster out of that transmission, put it in this one because we got a good housing here, and yeah, we'll take two transmissions and make one good one. Here we are. This transmission had busted ears on it. That transmission was one that had a busted tail shaft on it. So what we got here, we got a mess of crap here. I got to get the bushing and rear seal for that one. We're gonna mount it all up and do all that fun stuff. I guess that's gonna, I don't know. That might make some cool trophy stuff right there. This is the internals from this transmission, because we took the internals out of this transmission and put it in that transmission because we broke the tail shaft, output shaft off of that one. I guess it's just one big unit. And so, yeah, I'm sure I got some scrap in here somewhere, and I got some cool trophies for Pinewood Derby races and whatnot. We'll figure it all out. Well, it's going together. A lot of people ask me, Clint, why do you struggle through so much? You know, you could just pay somebody to do it, or, you know, you've never done it before. What if you screw up? Well, to tell you the truth, my grandpa never allowed me to say I can't. And anything I said I can't with, he always made me try it till I figured it out. So, I mean, one time I told him I can't ride a bicycle without training wheels. Well, then next thing I know, I'm jumping bicycles without training wheels. So you got to figure it out one way or the other, or else, well, you're going to pay somebody and spend a lot more money than what I got. So that's why I fight to struggle to figure things out, and I'll fail a bunch of times before I get it right sometimes. But when I do get it right, I can say I figured it out and that I can. We got her back together. Now we got to get it from there. Got to put the throat bearing back on it. It's over there. Then we got to get it back into there. Okay, you're going to go on the jack and you're going to go right in just like you're supposed to. You're not going to fight me. You're just going to slide right in. We're going to put your 4 bolts in. We're going to hook up to 1 shift linkage, and it's going to be simple. You're not going to fight me. You're just going to go straight in. I mean, we just rebuilt you. You're basically a brand new transmission with used parts and everything else. So you just need to cooperate with me and go into the car peacefully. Don't make it a struggle. It's been a long day, and we just want to get it done so we can move on to the other projects. You understand? Well, that feller went in without much of a fight. It gave a little bit of a fight, but it went in fairly easy. For those wondering, I'm not dead. I'm not hurt. Well, physically I'm not hurt. Just laying here, eyeballing, just trying to see what we got going on as to why the leaf spring perch broke. I've been investigating this in my mind all night. Didn't sleep good thinking about it. But we're trying to figure out what failed, why it failed, what can we do to improve it. So we're laying here. I think this setup has been repaired before, but typically on these Camaros, the leaf spring perch itself, this piece here, hanger, whatever you want to call it, is bolted into more or less sheet metal on a factory Camaro. How do I know this? Because I ripped the old one out of the old leafer, my old white leaf spring Camaro. I think the fail point was that piece of square tubing right there. You can see is, mangled up. I think that was the fail point from all the horse torques that we had going on with the 305, just cranking it going around the track. So I guess first things first, we need to cut out what we have going on right now. We'll probably drop the rear end down, just let it hang, or it might just hang. I don't know. It's still got the shackle in the back holding it up. But we need to kind of cut this out. As you can see, it looks like somebody from the Bubblicious factory has been back here with a welder. I don't know. This is old stuff here, so we might clean this out a little bit. I don't know. It might just stay. I don't know. All right. We got the perch out. It has been repaired before. As you can see right there, it's got some old ugly welds on it. Somebody was more of a grinder than they were a welder. But either way, it has been repaired before, but it's not bad. It's still usable. So, kind of looking at everything here, as far as this goes, plenty of flat surfaces to weld to. We can weld off to the sides. I'm not saying I'm doing it the right way. If you want to see it done the right way, you probably need to go over to Dirt Race Life and check out and see what Jason Dukes has to say over there. He already told me. I messaged him and talked to him already. He said, if I was you, I would get a donor Camaro, cut that section of the car out and weld it into place onto this car. But I don't have a donor car. I don't have the time to do that. But I do have a welder. I got a set of torches and grinders and impacts and scrap metal and all sorts of fun stuff that I could probably make something work. So I'm sorry, Jason, if you see this. Jason Dukes, I know Burrington's probably going to watch this, but Jason Dukes, if you watch this, I'm sorry. I'm not taking your advice. I would if I had the time and the money to go buy a donor car. So we're going to do it the Clint way, which probably isn't the right way, but we're going to make something work right here. So, as you can see, we're putting the leaf spring back into place. We're going to weld anywhere that we got a flat surface to weld to. Like right here, and just anywhere that we can pretty well get a weld on. Now, on both sides of the car, on the frame rail, there are a couple sets of holes that look to be pretty well straight across from each other. So what I have done on this side is measured from the hole to the bolt, center of the bolt or eye hole for the leaf spring perch. And that is where I'm basing my welds off of. I'm going to weld the crap out of it. The goal is to not ever have it come loose again. And So yeah, I'm gonna put a bead on it, and hopefully we'll have the rear end welded back in. We threw enough crappy welds at this thing. I think we might have at least 1 or 2 good welds to hold this on. We even got a cross brace here going across to kind of help a little side-to-side action. Overall, I think it'll hold. If we break the hanger this time, I think we're gonna have to build a new car. So we're gonna start putting it back together, get the wheel on. We gotta change the yoke on the drive shaft, get that all buttoned up, and then I gotta make a new linkage for the shifter. You notice we don't have any extra parts laying in the floor. Got a mess of tools, but ain't nothing unusual. Drive shaft is back up in the car. Got a new yoke on it, hard to see. And the shift linkage, granted it probably wasn't the right way to do it, but I was able to straighten it up pretty good to where I was able to pretty well just put it back up in there, and it's up out of the way. It shifts back and forth just like it should. And I think a few little minor things and Bandit will be ready to go. This coming week is Fan Appreciation Night at Farmington Empire Speedway, which is, anybody that knows me knows that's my favorite night to go race. Don't know why, just enjoy it. It's my favorite night. So it's important for me to have the car at least at the track. Ultimately, I want to run, I want to finish. At the end of the day, if we can win, it'd be great. But the plan is, we're planning on racing Fan Appreciation Night. We're just going to finish the year out how we can. Last night we ended up with rain out anyway, so I didn't lose any points for not racing. But it is what it is. We got Fan Appreciation Night this coming week, and then I'm going to basically come home, unhook the car from, maybe unload the car. I don't know. It might just sit on the trailer all week. And I'm going to summer camp for a week. So hopefully we don't tear nothing up on the car, because if we do, we ain't racing the following week anyway, because the following Saturday I'll be coming home from camp. Probably be pretty dog tired, and who knows how I'll feel after that. I might not even feel like racing that night anyway, but and if our cards fall right, we might make it for Summer Nationals at Farmington Empire Speedway, which is July 1st. I'm not looking hopeful to that, but if it happens, it happens. But long story short, Bandit's ready to go, and we're going to give it a whirl. So y'all stay safe. God bless you, and we'll catch you later.